This room was our first documented visit. It was Valentine's Day, 1879. Four young couples made their way from the historical entrance further ahead, and they came to see these two rooms beside you that they called the glass houses.
How cool is it that this video is being posted on the 146th anniversary of that first visit? Hi, I'm Jay, and I'm at Longhorn Cavern State Park. If you plan on checking out this Texas State Park, be aware that it is only open during business hours, and the caverns can only be accessed via a guided tour. But you can explore topside as much as you like. One of these days, I'm going to skip a landscape painting, and I'm just going to paint one of these CCC structures as a tribute to a group that was so amazing. The type of stone here in the hill country, especially in this display, really reminds me of an Asian concept, the scholar's rock. But it's cool because it's a sculptural object. The naturally occurring recesses just give one plenty of time to look at and ponder and enjoy. See. As much as I would like to paint a CCC building, how often do I get the opportunity to paint a cavern? Except I won't get the opportunity. As a guided tour, there'll be no time for me to stop. So I'm going to take my sketchbook, I'm going to take lots of pictures and lots of notes, and then when I come back to the surface, I'll see what I can manufacture.
The Civilian Conservation Corps, or the CCC, was a program created by President Franklin Roosevelt during the Great Depression to give young men jobs.
The cavern has had many lives. First as a special site for Native Americans.
Harvested, and this is the only room it has been harvested from. And that is because Native American beliefs, they didn't want to venture beyond the natural sunlight.
And later as a Cold War bomb shelter.
Full of crackers, carbohydrates, food, that sort of thing. The idea was they could be used as food storage, and then as water storage, and then as temporary toilets. I'm going to hope in that order. How are we going to keep tourist dollars inside of Texas? Well, obviously,
And even as a dance club.
Where you're standing right now used to be a 2,000 square foot wooden dance floor. Mexican free-tailed bats roost about 300 to 500 bats per square foot. So if there are thousands of bats up here, what do y'all think is down here?
Guano.
Guano! Poop!
I knew I was in trouble when my videographer duties were monopolizing my time.
The painful condition in the lower back, usually caused by bending over too much. You can assume what that means. We're going to be bending over most of the way.
But even if that wasn't the case, sketching proved to be difficult because when we went from one room to another, the light went with us.
Right here, so you go left and block your head.
I hope it goes without saying, but my paintings and my videos are a poor substitute for actually getting out and experiencing the world. The images can't fully communicate the feeling of being underground, feeling like you're not under the crust of our planet, but on a different planet altogether. And contributing to the disorientation are the wide varieties of textures. I think these things will become the basis for my painting. Here, let me show you all the sketches I did. not a 1. It was tough with a tour guide and you had to keep moving. There was really no time to linger, but I'm not upset. I do, however, feel like I'm going to kind of do a cheap attempt at a painting while I'm here in the park. And then I'll take the video and the audio notes and use those for a more finished painting when I get back to the studio. One thing I can say about Longhorn Cavern, unequivocally, is that it is dark. The surface area is full of bugs. Gosh, they're killing me. So, what if, for the first time in state park painting history, we had a blackout? And then I'll come back over this and paint. I can't explain to you how annoying these bugs are. This may be the first park map that I have painted edge to edge, top to bottom. But this is what I meant when I said it feels a little cheap, because I'm just covering the surface and I'm going to let this dry and then paint over the darkened surface. Ooh, spooky! Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of paint and make this more of like a vignette gradient moving in. For the most part, I don't love the legend information over here, so I'm going to tighten focus in on the center. Time for a hasty retreat from these little bugs.
Well into the 19th century, no one had any real idea, even of something as basic as what made plants grow.
Okay, I thought about this on the way home, and it seems to me that Longhorn Caverns provides a unique opportunity that I won't get to do a bunch. And so, though it means breaking the rules of the painting and using only primaries white and burnt umber, I'm going to add for this painting ivory black. I chose to paint one of the marble hall rooms due to its abundance of concave forms and variety of temperatures of light. I know the final painting will feel like an abstract image because the environment felt so otherworldly, but if I come to terms with that now, I can paint happily, knowing that this image will add a little variety to the State Park series, and variety is one of my very favorite things. It may seem strange to have a Valentine's Day video set in a spooky cave, no less to be making a painting about it, but it reminds me of Orpheus, whose love for his wife Eurydice led him into a dark cave where he trusted in the power of art to save the day. Maybe that's just me trying to tie everything together a bit too neatly. Or maybe I'm feeling a little sappy because this park concludes the East Hill Country trip, and that means I get to go home and see my beloved wife. In any case, it feels good to finish another painting, another park, another trip, and this one brings me right up to the halfway point in this epic quest. Maybe I didn't descend into Hades like Orpheus, but as Davy Crockett said, you may go to hell, and I will go to Texas. Thanks for watching.